That's any time you can still get pills. I'm aiming for wigs, so I'm aiming to kill. Set up in the men's, don't give a fuck, you can still get drilled. All I wanna do is crush that porn. My niggas them told me make peace before you go to war. I said fuck that, I wanna drill now and then drill some more. Smoke my man in the face, yeah that point got scored. Couldn't give a toss about law. Niggas no CP. More time if it was done by the 7, it was done by me. I ride for my G's, put my heart on the streets. So if you see me, that's nothing but teeth. So chat tough and I'm spinning round. Ask the ops how that spin the sounds. When I spin the banks, try and know that's a nigga down. And where I'm from, we always know to keep things around. All the risks that the team be taking. That's why my nigga Nero's money.
Salute, watcher.
Salute.
Good man.
And salute the chat.
Yeah, salute to the chat. How you doing, bro?
Excellent. Excellent.
Good man. Good man, good man. So, what were you saying before? You was on about IFL TV.
Yeah, just look, man. Tony's just like saying, get Dubois in there with Tyson, you know, so.
Yeah. Daniel Dubois get pieces off Tyson Fury.
I think what people gotta understand is that he's so young and he's still very green. He's good, but there's just so many things, you know. There's just so many things to improve on. That Larty fight will always stick with me. You say the same thing.
Yeah, facts. Facts. Salute well, Magic Man. Crush the legend. Mark Wunderlich. Yeah, I think so, bro. I'm just not on that Daniel Dubois bandwagon. Me, not yet. I need to see a lot more from him. Me personally, I'm not saying he's not going to be a good fighter, or you know. I think he'll take a loss before he becomes a good fighter. I see too many weaknesses in his chink armor. Chi-Town, salute to you, brother. Hope you're good. I haven't seen much of you this week, so I haven't been in the OG's chat this week because I've been very busy at work. But yeah, let's smash it up for what we can. Right, let's start with this fight tonight then. This Teofimo Lopez fight, because I cannot for the life of me watch it. I can't make my mind up. My mind keeps changing every day. Who's going to win this fight? 1 minute I'm saying Lomachenko. Then the next day I'm looking at a couple of Teofimo Lopez fights and I'm thinking, this kid's dangerous. And then I think something sticks in my mind what Stormy said a few weeks back. Stormy B-Man said he can see, or he's got a feeling that Lomachenko will be setting traps for him. Yeah, isn't it, Shy? Me too, brother. He can't make his mind up. So, how do you see it, watching?
I mean, I'm pretty close to you on that. I mean, it's such a good fight. It's such a good fight. Just stylistically, the build-up, everything. It's just too good. Let's go over Loma first, okay?
Yeah.
Loma is, when you technically speak, he's probably one of the pound-for-pound best, definitely. That movement, that footwork, the way he goes into punches, when to throw hard, when not to throw hard, setting his punches up just in the middle of the ring, and then setting traps for others. The man, look, there's a lot of people that have done more than him, but the way he's dismantled a few of his opponents is the real sticking point for me. Like, when he got rid of Rigondeaux and made him quit on his stool, I thought, shit, like, this guy's a real problem. Because Rigondeaux is a killer.
Yeah.
And, he was moving up in weight, you know, fair enough. But, you know, I thought Rigondeaux would beat him. You know, I thought that
a lot did,
because Rigondeaux is just really good.
Yeah.
But he made that guy quit. And he didn't do too much to Rigondeaux. I mean, he ran circles around him and landed jabs, but he wasn't like bashing him, to the point of stoppage. But he made him quit. It was too difficult. He made Luke Campbell the smaller man, really, in that fight. He was going to the body. He dropped him. He hurt him on multiple occasions.
Times,
He made Linares even quit. Linares could have continued that fight. He could have continued, but he had nothing left mentally and even physically. He breaks these guys down with systematic, calculated pressure, as well as using traps, using feints to set up punches as well. The man is very good at what he does. However, if we move on to Teo, Teo technically is underrated. He's not this guy that just throws for the fences and just has that one-punch power. We have seen a lot of that in Shades because he's been knocking guys out in like the first round or two. Most of them, about 12 knockouts or something like that. So you have that. Teo has that Honduran Hispanic heart, which will be very important in this fight. Because he might get pushed to a place he's never been. Salute Tyrone.
Yeah, salute to you, Ty.
What's going on, Watcher? What's going on, Loss?
Yeah, good brother.
And so, with that being said, Teo's got to use his size in this fight. He's got to lean on the smaller man. And it's very visible who the small man is. Now, I'm not saying Stormy made a good point, like size doesn't win fights. Loma does know how to fight taller guys because he's had many amateur fights and he's had enough pro fights, I think, to I know he's had enough pro fights to know how to fight taller guys, but Teo's not like Linares or Campbell. Those guys, especially guys like Campbell, those guys they showed Lomachenko too much. They showed him too much there. And I think Teo, for me, he can't afford to get backed up. Because I have a feeling in this fight, I agree with you, Loz, that he will try to set traps. But I also agree that he will try press and he's going to feint. He's going to throw a lot of feints really hard. And when you get a guy like that, it's very hard to get your punches off. So Teo, really, in my opinion, you have got to go at this guy and you've got to hit his body. You've got to hit his arms. You got to peel his arms off and just hit him across the face. And you got to clinch this guy and squeeze the smaller man's arms because you are the bigger guy in there. You need to get rough, in other words. You need to be physically imposing and you need to be defensively responsible. No wild stuff. And again, you will see in some of Lopez's fights, he will take the angle on you like Loma does as well.
Yeah.
Really about that. Point. I will say this as well. If Loma gets hit with that right hand, I don't really know if he'll get up. Because when I've seen him get dropped by Linares, that was a good right hand. It was good, technique-wise, it was good down the middle. But it wasn't a monstrous shot. I feel like Teo, he just throws that right hand with such bad intention, and he has that power. If he hits him square, he will put him to sleep. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
He will put him to sleep. But my gut feeling, still, despite that, says Loma will win because I think he's just got enough experience to handle a guy like this. And again, in the fight early on, they're going to have to adjust because they don't know what's coming. And just addressing the chat real quick, Will Magic Man said it was one of the best stare downs I've seen for a while. Loma looked the more confident, in my opinion. I think they both look very confident. I think Teo made that first move. He goaded Lomachenko in, and Lomachenko looked like a leopard in there, ready to feast. So we'll see, man. I edging Lomachenko, but it's almost hard to make my mind up.
Yeah. It's going to go on, Tyrone. I'm just going to send Stormy. Excuse me, Stormy Beam on the line. Salute to you, Monty Brown, and salute Bruce Ghost, and salute Stormy. Go on, Tyrone. Let's hear your view on it, brother.
Yeah. You talked about Campbell. My issue with him is he just doesn't believe in himself. I don't know why. Maybe
Yeah.
boxing isn't for him. I don't know. I mean, why do people go in there and they don't think they can win? I mean, he goes into fights. He doesn't. He just. Yeah, Campbell is he's better than he thinks he is, and he fights to. That's the main problem with him. That's the issue with him. That's the real issue with him, with a fighter like that. He doesn't think he can do anything, and he won't because he doesn't think he can do it. But as far as Lopez, him, shit. As far as Lopez versus Lomachenko, I mean, no, I don't know. I think Lomachenko would just be too experienced for him. I mean, it's easy to take angles on bums,
Yeah.
right? Who don't really know which way they're going. He hasn't fought any comp except for Comey. And
Yeah, but he iced Comey, didn't he? He absolutely iced him. Monty Brown, salute to you, bro. If you want to get on, you're more than welcome. Or anyone else, if you want to get on, I'll shoot you the link.
I think I stand by what I said last week. I think it'll just, he'll tickle him to a decision.
Who? Lomachenko.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sort of me personally, I can't make my mind up because I keep thinking. Monty Brown made a good comment earlier in the chat. He said, "What did he say?" He said something about Theo better jump on Lomo early and not stick back and try play the counter game. That's a great point. That's a great point. Me personally, I think Lomachenko might just nick it on points, but I wouldn't be surprised. I would definitely not be surprised if Teofimo Lopez ices him, knocks him out. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know because like you watch the Luke Campbell fight with Lomachenko, and me personally, Lomachenko won that hands down. I think he bossed most of them rounds, but Luke Campbell gave him some trouble in that fight, and a lot of people dog Luke Campbell. I don't rate him as an elite fighter, but I think he's a solid. I think he's a good solid fighter. He's gonna give his opponent.
A really good fighter if he just believed in himself. What's going on? Like, why does he not think he's that good?
I don't know, bro.
Didn't get the gold medal just unless he was somebody paid for him to get that gold medal. I mean, does that not mean anything in his head? Does he not want to be in boxing? What's his deal?
I don't know because he's
very weird.
Yeah, all right, money.
Something like that should just blow, the Instagram thoughts away. Like just, Ryan.
Money, just put your Tyrone, can you put the thingy in the chat?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah, I don't want you unless you want to put your email on, Money, and then delete it after. I'll get Tyrone to put it in the chat, and then you can just jump on. Yeah, I think.
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to mute this thing in the back.
Yeah, no worries. I think with Luke Campbell, I think what Luke's problem is, I think he's come up short several times, hasn't he? Against like Linares. I think he had a great fight with Linares. Salute, Kenneth. There you go, bro. You can delete that, Money, now because Tyrone's put the link in the chat, bro. He's put it in. You can delete your email if you want, bro, and then just click on the link. You know the score anyway. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I think I just can't make my mind up. I think I'm just gonna just sit back and just watch the fight and just I don't know who's gonna win. It's a definite fight.
Is ass too. The undercard is ass.
Yeah, I don't even know who's on the undercard.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely looking forward to this fight. and it's a fight. Well, I'm just glad we've got some real good fights coming up, I think, haven't we, towards the end of the year? We've got Tank, we've got Regis Prograis back in action. No one's really even speaking about Regis. He's fighting. You've got Dillian White, not Dillian White. Well, yeah, Dillian White, Povetkin. You got, excuse me, you got Usyk and Usyk and oh god, who's he fight? I can't think. My brain's like a flipping Del Boy, that's it. Got some good fights, but yeah, tonight. Oh no, man. See, I don't want to write Lomachenko off because I think over his last few got Ritson fighting tonight. What's that? That must be on Sky. I haven't. People have been talking about just lately how Lomachenko's been declining, but
yeah, I think so.
But do you not think though? Do you not think that he's going to be really up for this fight?
I think he'll take care of this guy and then move him on because Lopez is annoying and he needs to fix his teeth. So those two
things. Let me tell you that this, Tyrone.
I'm going to
as I've been banging on all week. The technician might become the dentist in there for Lopez. He will fix those teeth right up, perhaps. You never know. But if he gets hit with that right hand, finished, done.
Yeah.
Salute money.
We've got a proliferation of some of these younger fighters here, and who think they're the shit.
We'll find out.
We do have a problem with that. We have too many, guys around my age who think, they're that. So I think they need to be put on to the competition.
Money.
There are certain guys who are real, and then there's certain guys who are just, invisible men.
Let me see if he can hear us. Can you hear us, Money?
Oh yeah, I was trying to wait for him to finish making his point.
All right, cool. That's good. I can hear you crystal clear. Sorry, Tyrone. Go on, finish up, brother. What you say?
Okay. How y'all brothers doing on this good Saturday, man?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, brother. You?
Oh, I'm doing great. Can't wait till 6:30 to start these fights up.
Yeah, for real. Who you got winning money?
I got Loma, right? I like T.O. I just feel like T.O. with the power. Like when you ask people how they see T.O. winning, right? Everyone just bring up power. Everybody knockout. That's all they can see T.O. winning by is knockout. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's a big statement to me because if people can only see him winning by a knockout, and if he can't land that punch, then no one ever broke down. Oh, we see T.O. winning the 12-round fight against Lomachenko, and Lomachenko is skilled enough and smart enough to know how to get away from one big punch. Not saying that's all T.O. going in there looking for is a big punch. You know what I mean? But I feel like he's skilled and trained enough to you go get hit, but not get hit with the big shots that you don't see. Now it's up to T.O. to prove us wrong. Like I say, I'm pulling for Teofimo. I'm pulling for him. I want him to win this fight. I just don't think he's gonna win this fight. I think Loma is that more skill because a lot of people look at Loma and they like to think that he's slipping a little bit, right? I'd say he's at this is third weight class again. He's fighting big dudes. Like when you fighting big dudes like that, they gonna have some type of punch resistance to your power, but he outskilling these dudes. You know what I mean? He outskilling them. So when I look at the fight, I see another 12-round decision for Loma, but we don't like T.O. haven't faced someone like Lomachenko yet. So we don't know how he reacts to if he's been down or if the controversy hit him. How do he respond to controversy? We never seen that yet. We've seen Loma face adversity, getting dropped, getting back up, being hurt by Luke Campbell, coming back in the same round. He came back in the same round in the 7th and hurt Luke Campbell. So we see that Loma, he can recover quick. You know what I mean? Loma can recover quick, and that comes from being in great shape. So it's gonna be a hell of a fight, man. I'm digging this fight a lot. Like I'm digging it a lot, but I'm more interested in seeing what game plan that Teofimo come out against Teofimo with. You know what I mean? Like I said, you got to jump on him early. You can't sit back and just try to catch it with that counter shot. You can't be patient thinking my power is gonna come because you look up, it'll be 8 rounds in the bank, and Loma been heated up on you. So if you let Loma heat up, it's gonna get bad for Teofimo.
Yeah, excellent.
I agree with what my man said. You got to come. You got to try to use your weight. You got to wrap him up. You got to not let him get his offense off. You got to frustrate him. But you got to be smart. And you got to, like you say, you got to be accountable for the defense. You can't get out there and get reckless because T.O. leave his feet a lot. Like, look at him when he landed big shots and he jumping off his feet. You can't jump off your feet on Lomachenko because of the angles he used. You know what I mean? So if you jump off your feet, Loma be over here or over there, and you looking like damn, and he'll be catching you to the body with some slick. So it's an interesting fight, bro. Like I said, I'm pulling for Teofimo, but I just can't see Teofimo beating Lomachenko right now. I really can't. And if he could beat, like I keep telling everybody, if he can beat Lomachenko, he got to prove it to me. Like, you really got to prove it to me that you can beat Lomachenko. That's why I'm very interested in seeing what game plan him and his pops come in with. But it's gonna be a hell of a fight. It's gonna be a hell of a fight.
That's excellent talk. That man, Money, that's how I've been feeling all week. Salute to you, Trick Nolty. Salute, brother. If you want, jump on, you're more than welcome. That's what I'm thinking, because I was talking to Storm, he said similar things along the line. People are all saying, because like you just said before, people are all saying because of Teofimo's power, they're all saying, oh, he's going to blast him out of there, and he's looked. What's he put? All right, salute. I'll give you a ring tomorrow if you want, Trick, after I drop my son off. I'll like catch up with you again. Yeah, and I was thinking along the similar things where people are thinking, oh, he didn't look too good in his last few fights, but you're not going to look good in every single fight, are you? And I've got to go I'm going to go for Lomachenko, me. I think Lomachenko will just have too much for him. His movement, his ring craft, his brain around I just think it'll be too much.
The ring IQ?
Yeah, the ring IQ. I think it'll be too much. But I'm gonna say again, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Lopez catches him. He could very well get him up out of there. But
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, these two lost. Luke Campbell and Linares and Jose Pedraza, they hell of a boxers. Like, them dudes, they have boxing skills. You know,
facts.
We haven't seen T.O. box like that. So when Loma got dropped by Linares, Linares is he throw a lot of punches. He got an output of punches that he know how to shoot, and he been doing it. Like I tell people, he sparred with Edwin Valero. Rest in peace to Edwin Valero, who's a hell of a fighter. So he's a tough dude. So, like, we've seen these dudes' boxing skills get put on the line. We haven't seen T.O. for his boxing skill. Not saying he can't box. You know, sometimes certain fighters will bring it out of you. Like tonight, he might show us a different side of Teofimo. But like, we've seen these dudes actually be great boxers. Even Luke Campbell. A lot of people sleep on Luke Campbell. Luke can box, bro. He can box. It's a dangerous fight against that boy Ryan Garcia. That's a dangerous fight.
Yeah, true.
You know, so I want to see if Teofimo can come out here and try to box and be first with Lomachenko, because if people just banking on that big shot, you know, that ain't gonna work on me. Loma walked into that straight with Linares being uncareless because he was up, and even in that fight, you still seen him get up off the canvas. He wasn't really hurt, but you seen him get up off the canvas and go right back into the mouth of the lion. And like I say, Luke Campbell really hurt him. He hurt him bad in that second round, but Loma recovered and hurt him. And he was the bigger guy, so that shows you when Loma going his offense that he got power. Like, Loma got sneaky power. He got sneaky power. Yeah, and look at the last end of the 7th round against Luke Campbell. Look how he hurt Luke. Had Luke grabbing him and he breaking up off him. I say, man, Loma is a savage. He is an animal, bro. Like, that's why I tell people. A lot of people don't like Loma because of how the boxing media portray him. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't agree with some of the things they try to say about Loma, this, that, and third. But I'm not gonna let it persuade me or make my eyes act like I don't see what I see with Lomachenko's skills in that boxing ring. Loma is a bad dude, bro. He's a bad dude. Teofimo bad as well, but I just think Loma is just more proven. You know what I mean? I just think he's more proven, and he showed me a lot more in this arsenal than Teofimo. So, you know what I mean? Logic just tells me that, you know, Teofimo is the favorite Lomachenko is the favorite for a reason, you know, and like, he really wants this fight. What we haven't seen, just in my opinion, I don't think we've seen the best of Lomachenko, but I think tonight we might see the best of Lomachenko tonight. You know what I mean? I think we might see the best of Lomachenko tonight and see an outstanding performance by this dude. And very well, Teofimo can come in here and we might can see the best of him too. You know, iron sharper iron. But I just want, if Loma come out here and he do his thing against Teofimo, I just want everybody to get a man the just due that he deserves and not say T.O. was too young. This was too early. He had pressure. You know what I mean? Just get a man the credit that he deserves. And vice versa. Get T.O. the credit he deserves as well. If he come out here, shall he be victorious as well?
That's excellent. That's excellent talk. Oh man, that's Monty Brown. That is excellent talk, bro. Yeah. Because, like you say, Pedraza is no joke. Linares is no joke. Rigondeaux is no joke. They're classy fighters. Luke Campbell is no joke. They're great fighters, man. And when you put it in that perspective like that, you ain't seen Teofimo fight them type of fighters. True. So yeah, that's excellent. That's excellent talk.
The management with some of our promoters here or managers or what they're thinking about. I mean, these guys, you tell me if you haven't seen it before. Bum, 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 bum. Good fighter, championship shot. Bum, 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 bum. Or the championship shot is with a great fighter. So they don't get the fights that they need to prepare them on that level.
Yeah, but the difference is, though, Tyrone, you can't really say that against Lomachenko, though, can you? Because look at his opponents. He has fought decent.
I said our fighters.
Oh, right. My bad.
Sorry. About these young fighters here, around my age or a bit older, 22 to 26.
Yeah. Sorry,
we do a lot of talking, but we need results here.
Yeah.
I agree. It's just the way they're boxing now. With social media and things like that. You come out here. It's all about who got the hottest fan base. And they do have skills, and they make them a champion. It's like, for instance, when 50 Cent became a promoter, right? And that's how the boxing game is nowadays. It's all about business first. But when 50 Cent became a promoter, and he had
Gamboa too,
Gamboa, Andre Darrell, Billy Dibbs, he was like, if 50, he was like us. He was a fan of the game, so he was making the best versus the best. You know what I mean? Even if you was feeding your fighter to the lion, he was still like, man, it's the best of the best. Y'all call yourself the champions. Let's see what y'all got. For as a regular promoter, they'd be like, you know what? This is my fighter. I'm a milk the game with him. See how much money I can get off him. And then once we get to that big, big time title shot, hopefully they can pull a win off. But by then, I done made enough money off him where I'm okay if he do lose. Because some promoters don't be caring about fighters. You got some promoters that care about fighters, but fighters got to be smart as well. Where they look at the situation and say, I'm gonna make sure I make at least triple of what I, put into him before I really put him into that big fight where it's like a 50-50 fight, But if you can make him up to be champion and you can milk the game off, him fight subpar fighters, former champions, then get him a big time title shot against somebody that's really notarized in the boxing game, then that's how these promoters is nowadays. It's all business first. You know what I mean? That's why I say I understand us as fans. We do want the best of the best. But coming from a promoter standpoint, all they look at is the money side. They look at the money side. How can I get as much as I can get out of this fighter? It's like pimping the game. How can I pimp this fighter out of as much as I can get out of his ass to fill my bank account up? Make sure he okay. If he that caliber of fighter, you know what I'm saying? And then by the time I get done with him, whether he's somebody or not, I did what I had to do, and that's how the game is today.
That's why. Do you know what, Monty? I my favorite fighting is like past fighters. To be honest, if I'm going to be truthfully with you, mate, I watch a lot of old school fights from like the 90s, the 70s, the 80s. A lot of boxing today. I sort of lost. I'd never lost the love for the sport, but I sort of like started slowing down with it round about towards 2010, 2012. Because up until then, I thought like, especially like the welterweights, you had Shane Mosley and Cotto and all them, Floyd Mayweather, Ricky Hatton, they were all fighting each other, Judah and stuff like that. But then it's all a celebrity shit now, isn't it?
But see, that's why people like you, people like Stormy B, people like Blood Boxing, people like Kurt Sugar, I can respect y'all. If y'all was to criticize the game, I can respect it 120% because of the area y'all come from. You know what I mean? Y'all are used to the best fighting the best and things like that. When it comes to the game, y'all come from a different cloth, and what y'all know about the game is like for us, the microwave babies, as they call them, they want everything fast and ready. You know what I'm saying? I got 10 fights. I knocked out 10 bombs. Oh, but I got 10 knockouts and I look so good. I'm ready for pay-per-view. I'm ready for the best. You know what I'm saying? When you look at it, you done nothing.
Facts.
So when y'all come out and y'all criticize that, all we can do is respect it because the area y'all come from, and even us, you know, like I say, I ain't too young. I'm 33, but still, I haven't been back in the 70s and the 80s. You know, maybe the
I'm
late
44.
Right, exactly. So when I look at the situation, I respect y'all opinion more than anybody, bro, because of the area y'all come from. Y'all seen the glory days.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean, Money. There was none of this bullshit years ago. There was none of this. The facts were made. They were just made. It was just, if he was a threat and he was a champion, he fought him. Or if and it was simple as that. And if he beat him, he would fight the next man who was a threat and things like that. None of this, like Ryan Garcia BS. This Instagram fucking, you know what I mean? I can do this, calling all fighters out over the COVID. As soon as the COVID sort of went down a little bit, he disappeared.
Nobody say nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, everything is being truthful now.
Yeah. Right. Go on, bro. No, go on.
I was gonna say, I will say this though, about Ryan Garcia, he's taking on, and Luke Campbell, that's his toughest test. And I respect that so much because I like Luke Campbell. Like, I'm a fan of Luke Campbell. I know a lot of people thinking I am things like that, but Luke Campbell should be the favorite in that fight against Ryan Garcia. You know what I mean? I heard people saying, "Oh, Ryan finna knock out Luke. Oh, Luke ain't there." I don't think Luke get the respect that he deserves. He lost to Linares. The only person he lost to Lomachenko, and he lost to the guy that he eventually lost against. You know what I mean? I thought Mende, I thought he beat me myself. It was a good fight, but But Luke Campbell, like, gold medalist. Look what he did with Lomachenko. I think in certain fights that sometimes you could slip a little bit. Like, I don't make excuses for grown men or nobody like that, but we know the boxing game. You on your own. You know what I mean? As much as you have the team and things like that, what you put out is what you get in the ring. So I feel like sometimes you can slip a little bit, but I think with Luke, him doing what he did against Lomachenko, I think that boosts his confidence. I really do. Like, you can, because you can look at that thing and you can say, okay, I went in there with they saying arguably the pound for pound #1 fighter, and held my own, hurt him or whatever floats your boat to give you confidence to say, I know I'm on that level. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I know I'm on that level. So, and Luke Campbell is on that level. He deserves respect. I think he's more dangerous than Linares for the boy Ryan Garcia. So that's why I'm so interested in that fight. Like all the fighters, they getting the best fights. That's why I wanted Devin Haney and Gary Russell. But people don't get take credit for for Leo Santa Cruz, which is a good fight. That's
that is a good fight.
So I'm like a Teofimo going up against Lomachenko, going up against, so it's like they starting to catch fire to where now we can see if they really go stick to that path. Like my man just said, championship fighter, championship fight. So now it's time to see if y'all guys go stick to this path of fighting the best of the best, So sometimes, like back in the days, Stormy, we know the promoters, just like say the promoters with Dana White back in the days. Now, besides now, with Al Heyman, respect to Al, love Al, but it's like he liberated the boxing game for us, helping fighters, become more independent and get what they deserve. But also with that, it's kind of like, okay, they can say, no, I don't want to fight that fight. No, I don't want to fight that fight. You know what I mean? To the point, even if it's the best fight out there, so that's kind of, people will be like, it hurt the game, but it's like a catch-22. You're happy for the fighter from getting more money and getting what they deserve from getting robbed. But at the same time, we want y'all to fight the best of the best too, when it's time for y'all to fight the best of the best. So, it's the boxing game is crazy.
Do you know what you said before about Luke Campbell? That's what I've tried to say before. Salute Reggie Owens. Oh, salute to my sister. She's in the chat. Salute Donna. Black Banter coming through. They're all coming through now. Salute Black Banter. Yeah, that's what I was going to say about Luke Campbell. I think Luke Campbell, right, Money, is one of them people he's just been unlucky. He's come up against, like you said, and there is a few people who have said that they think that he beat Linares. He avenged the Mende loss, and Mendy was no bum. Mendy's a good fighter.
Exactly.
He gave Lomachenko a good run. I think Luke Campbell will be a champion one day. Definitely. I just think people don't like him because I don't know. I like him anyway. I don't think he's an elite fighter, but I think he's one. I think he's a very. I don't know. I think he's a very good fighter anyway. That's what I think.
His big problem, and even before starting with somebody like him, if I looked at him, I just he needs like an MRI or something. Mentally, he's not there. He thinks he's worse than he is. That's why he always turns up short. He has no confidence whatsoever. I don't know why. He's much better than he is. He's been in good fights, but he does himself a disservice every time. He gets in there. He talked about the Lomachenko fight. He had to spar 3 people because instead of just thinking about him like a human, he goes in, oh, he's so fast. I need to spar 3 people. Yeah, Watcher said he's mentally weak. Yeah, and I don't get it. I don't understand why he's like that. If he needs a therapist or something, but that's what annoys me about him. Because if he had his mind together, he'd dog stomp somebody like Ryan Garcia. He'd just blow him away. They wouldn't even have made the fight.
Yeah. I sort of see where you're coming from. I do see that, but I think you got to think as well, Tyrone. If you've been unlucky, and because he's like the man who was nearly there, wasn't he? He sort of reminds me of a George Groves type of fighter. He was close, George won a world title in the end. I think it was only a regular belt, but George Groves was one of them fighters. He was a close fighter. Every time he came unlucky, it was by the skin of his teeth he lost. But
that was more of a
Curtis.
He's not as he doesn't. George Groves doesn't have the same skill set that
Luke Campbell
does. Right, Luke
Campbell. I know he doesn't. Yeah, I agree there.
I don't get why he doesn't use it. I don't know what's going on in that brain of his. I don't know what his deal is.
I get what you're saying, because if you come into the ring already thinking you lost, that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that is true, because we all know boxing is it's more mental than physical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes it's like you say, maybe he do need to talk to somebody. I don't know what the situation is, but winning a gold medal, getting these top
right.
So I don't know
from winning that to just getting in there and just like, oh.
But like Money said though, Tyrone, that fight against Lomachenko might boost his confidence now.
He could have done even better had he been, mentally there. I mean, if you already thinking about sparring 3 people at the same time, I mean, you might as well pack towel in, right? You just pack it in, because you already think you're fighting God or something like that, or Jesus.
But ain't nothing wrong with respecting the opponent though. But I do feel where you're coming from. You do have to have that confidence of saying, like, okay, he got speed, but I'm going in I'm going to sport this person to counter that. You can't go into it like, oh, it's just amazing. You know what I mean? Bloodshot. I can't believe that I'm. You can't be that type of mentality. You got to be like, okay, he got speed, so I'm gonna sport this person so I can make sure I'm ready for that or I'm ready for this. But like I said, though, we never know. Like the Ryan Garcia fight, it'll tell it all.
Yeah.
Like we'll know if he really believe in himself now when he fight Ryan Garcia, because, like I say, man, I feel like I think they overestimated Luke Campbell by putting Ryan Garcia in there with him. Not saying nothing is wrong with it, but it proved to me if Ryan Garcia is ready and he's with the other up and coming cats, or if they bit off more than they can chew. And Luke Campbell is not something to play with, So as long as he look at this opportunity like that, I'm just gonna look at the build up to the fight and see how Luke Campbell approach it. See how he approach it.
Yeah, good point. Salute Stormy, and Watcher, you bring yourself in, man. I'm going for a cigarette. I'll be back in a minute.
Hey, what's good, fellas? It took me a while to get on, man. I don't know what happened. You sent me the link, but it wasn't signing me in as myself for some reason. That was kind of weird, but glad to be here. Salute to everybody that's on the panel.
Salute my brother Stormy. How you doing, bro?
All right. All right. Excited for tonight, man.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to kill an hour. Do anything to kill an hour.
What you guys chopping on right now?
Last chapter, we was talking about Luke Campbell, Stormy. I talked about how good he is. You know, how the Ryan Garcia fight can put him in a certain position. And my man said he was talking about how mentally weak Luke Campbell is, and that's a bad thing because he don't believe in his own skills like we believe in him more than he believe in himself.
Right.
And that's a bad thing. That's a bad thing because we know boxing is more mental than physical.
Yeah. I think that that's going to be interesting. Campbell is a little tougher than people give him credit for being. He's not as skillful though, but he's definitely tougher.
I think he's skillful. I do think he got skills. I just feel like this, like my guy said, when he in there, he mentally weak. You know what I mean? Like
He just packed it right up.
Yeah, like you gotta know that you are who you are and go in there and say that I'm gonna win this fight tonight. You know, because like I said, I felt like he won against Linares. He advanced his loss against Mendy, but he only got that loss to Lomachenko to where he held his own, in my opinion. He held his own against Lomachenko. So it's just about him believing in himself more than, you know what I'm saying, and going out there and knowing that you are who you are, man. You are, feel like you're on that level with everybody else, on the top level. And I was saying maybe this Lomachenko, just by him doing that with Lomachenko, hopefully that build his confidence up where he can say, you know what, I am that top guy. And they putting this kid in there with me thinking I'm going to be a stepping stone for him. And I'm about to prove him different. You know what I mean? So it's an interesting fight. But hopefully I want Luke to come into this fight mentally prepared because I look at him as the favorite, Stormy. I do. I look at Luke Campbell as the favorite. I like Ryan Garcia, good power, good counter puncher. But he don't show me more skills than Luke Campbell. You know, he fast with a little pop, but and Luke Campbell got some pop too. But he don't show me more skills than Luke Campbell for his Ryan Garcia.
Well, the funny thing is, if you heard me say a moment ago, I said that you know, I've seen him fight a few times. His skill set is basic, but he's tough. He's a tough man. They might be making a mistake putting Garcia in there with him based on that. Because remember, just like I was talking about last night, a guy can have a punch and he can, you know, have athleticism and he can have, you know, those things that look good, but might not be able to fight. Okay. And Garcia going in there, if he underestimates this guy, in other words, you don't want to give a man who's rugged and tough a chance to compete with you and you're not the same. If you're not rugged and tough, you don't want to give him that chance because he's going to bring that negative dog out of you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that could be one of those situations here. You know, Garcia, he's the pretty boy and all that, got the fans and the girls behind him and all of that. But when the going gets tough, those people don't fight for you. You have to fight for yourself.
True. Super true. And that's why I was saying, like, you gotta be mentally tough in this boxing game because if you're going there already thinking you lost and you just start to hang around and stick around, then you know you that's 50% of the fight. You done. So I like Ryan Garcia, and I feel like this fight to push him. You know, I feel like this the fight to push him and to show. As long as Luke Campbell coming out, that's the Luke Campbell that I know. I feel like if he can get past this Luke Campbell, that's a hell of a name on your resume. And it ain't gonna be an easy fight, you know. But if you can go in there and knock out Luke Campbell, that's a statement made to me. If Ryan Garcia can go in there and knock out Luke Campbell, that's a statement made to me. But I feel like Luke has the edge. You know, I feel like Luke has the edge. So I'm looking forward to that fight as well as tonight. You know, because that's on December the 5th. Hopefully it go through. You know, because we don't know how the zone doing things right now with the situation they're going through. So hopefully that fight do go through. You know, but it's gonna be one interesting fight. I like all these young boys coming up trying to prove themselves. I like it, but at the same time, you know, they got to pass the test before I can say, okay, they ready for this or that. That's gonna be interesting.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I agree.
Your thoughts on tonight? If you haven't said it already, Stormy.
What was that?
Now, say your thoughts on tonight's fight.
Oh man, this is a good fight. You know, it's a fight that should be, you know, highly anticipated. I think it's going to be competitive. I did give my I did have my pick or whatever, but I did also state that this is a fight that I consider with a lot of handicaps. And what I mean by that is there are certain details that can be overlooked that should be taken in consideration, but as a whole, both guys have things to prove here. We haven't seen Tio be contested in fights. And that one fight that he had, I think the Japanese guy is Nakatani. That guy, what surprisingly was able to be competitive, but it caught him by surprise. I have to admit that. They thought that he was just going to be another one of those guys that come in and he could hit him a few times and put him down. But the guy showed some resiliency and was able to, you know, contest. But what we haven't seen, can he take a punch? Can he fight? And when I say fight, I ain't talking about just being able to land his bombs on people, but you get in a scrap where somebody is getting their pound of flesh against you too, and you have to be able to iron your way through that and persevere. We haven't seen that resistance where he has to overcome or come from behind or something like that. And in this fight against this opponent, those are the type of things that will be before him. Because if he's thinking that he's just gonna go in there because he's younger and got a big punch or whatever, he could be setting himself up for a surprise. Mm-hmm. So there are questions on the table for Tio, and then there are questions on the table for Lomo as well. The questions on the table for Lomo will be, will he be able to box and keep himself safe? Because in his last couple of fights, people have been able to touch him and reach him and stuff. Will he be resilient enough to take what Tio has to offer? And will his experience factor in? Will he utilize it? You know, it's like there are just so many little handicaps, you know, that I call it that are a part of this fight. But I did pick Lomo to prevail. So it's a thing where it's not so much a vote against Tio, but Tio is at that point where you're going to have to show me in the fight. You know, I'm not going to award it to you, but you have to win it. And then for Lomo, it's not a matter of awarding him anything either, but he has the side of consideration on his experience. He's 32 years old.
He's more validated.
Yeah, 32 years old. He's seen a lot more. Maybe even in the 15 fights professionally, you could say, well, he ain't seen nobody like Tio. But the man's 32 years old. He's seen some things that Tio has to offer, and that's not going to run him away. You understand? Yeah. So there's just a lot, you know. There's a lot there, but I'm glad it's happening. I want to see it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But the whole thing about it is the fact that it's taking place. That's the wonderful thing.
Something that we all going to enjoy, man, because I really we all got this fight. It's a treat. Like I said, and we all say this, man, I think everybody on the panel will agree with this. We all will pay for this fight. Like I'd have spent money on this fight happily. Happily, I would have spent money. That's why I didn't want this fight to get away when they were talking about the contract situation. I'm like, please, man, find a way to make this fight happen, because this has been the play all along. That's why I was telling people that Lomachenko wasn't ducking Devin Haney, you know, because I knew this is the play. We all knew Teofimo and Lomachenko was the play for Bob Arum. That's what they was building up to. That's what they wanted. That's why Bob did all he can do to make Loma get that WBC scrap and overjump Devin Haney to fight my guy for the WBC scrap, Luke Campbell. I knew that was the play all along because he wanted him to fight Teofimo for undisputed, which I felt like he should have held on to the scrap, because to me, I don't rock with the franchise title. So now the person over there who win only have 3 scraps, even though they're gonna be pushing him as the undisputed champion. I don't think you'll be undisputed until you fight Devin Haney. But at the same time, I understood the business of it, and I understood what Top Rank was already building up right there in their own stable, which was a hell of a mega fight that would have been on pay-per-view you know, if it weren't for Al Heyman coming and putting on so many pay-per-views, because I don't think Bob wanted this fight to slip and, you know, it'd be a little bust, thinking people not going to pay for it because it's so many pay-per-views around the holiday time. But nonetheless, it is a treat. We're getting it on ESPN. This one hell of a fight, man, and it's going to be competitive, bro. It's going to be one of them fights where we can go back and watch again. It's going to be one of them fights, and I want T.O. to have some success. Like I say, I'm pulling for T.O. to win. I said right now, I'm going for Teofimo Lopez to win this fight, but I just don't think he got it to win this fight right now. I just think Loma is still a bad boy right now. I think he's still in his prime, and just Loma energy, bro, and his confidence just, to me, is on a different. For us, Teofimo is on a different level.
What's up, man?
It's on a different level.
What's up?
Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm going to go for, man. I'm going to go for Lomachenko. I'm going to go for him winning on points. That's what I'm going to go for. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's what I think. So, and I think Luke Campbell's going to piece Ryan Garcia up. I do. I think he's going to beat the brakes off him.
Hey, Laws, you had stepped away when I was talking about that, and I had said that even though you know, Campbell is he's a pro, but he's a tough, rugged guy.
Yeah,
Garcia is one of those guys that he's enjoyed some success. You know, they put him in there. He's got a big left hook and stuff like that, but I don't know if he's ready to deal with the tough and ruggedness that Campbell has. Campbell is the kind of guy that if Garcia doesn't have it on the inside, Campbell is the kind of guy that'll bring that out.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying while you were away having your smoke.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I totally agree with you, Stormy. I just think he's not. I don't know, because I mean, how many fights has he had? Is he 20? Ryan Garcia.
I'm not sure of his record.
Yeah,
but
I think
I know
he's had about 20 fights. Only had 20-something fights.
He's had a number of the same kind of fights that we've seen guys like Tank Davis and to another degree Teofimo have. They've had a lot of showcase fights. I call them showcase fights because they're fights in which, you know, they go into the fight as the named guy and the other guy is the opponent. You know, that's fine when you start your career off, like say within your first, you know, under your first 10 fights. From that point, you need to start to fight people who can bring things out of you where you learn the professional game. You can't keep fighting the same type of guys over and over and over again and defeating them. And then you get into a fight when the lights are bright and it's a big stage situation. And then you get challenged and you could fall apart in that type of situation. I don't like the fact that these guys today are not graduating to new levels. They're just going through maintaining a record of knockouts until they get tested. And then what happens is what happens like with Anthony Yard. They fall to pieces.
Yeah, he's 20-0 with 17 knockouts, lost.
So that's 25-7. Yeah, so he's got power. And I know the young lad's got very fast hands, hasn't he? He's shit lightning fast hands.
See, how about putting them in there with guys that can take what they have to offer? A guy that's going to take them 10 rounds. You know, you could learn more in a 10-round fight than you can in a 3 or 4 round knockout.
Yes, sir.
Of course, yeah.
Yes, sir. That's all facts. And I'm like you say too, Storm, because I look at it like that and I say, you gotta challenge yourself to where when you go into the ring, you're not always the fastest, you're not always the strongest, you're not always the smartest. To bring out, you know, those attributes in you, or to just to put yourself in a situation where you got to fight yourself out of a situation to see if you can deal with those type of things. It's like what I said. I say that about Jaron Ennis. I like Jaron Ennis a lot. I feel like he is a dog. I feel like he's talented as hell. But you haven't been in the ring with somebody that's gonna, like you say, Stormy, take the punch, or somebody is faster, or somebody that's not go like my man said, going to the ring already thinking they lost the fight. Like once you get in there with somebody that's willing to sit down and actually fight with you, even if it's a journeyman that's just tough as hell, like you say, Stormy, that's going out there to try to keep his name alive, or just got that pride of sense about himself, like, okay, young fella, you is the favorite, but I'm gonna give you hell tonight. You know, so I look at it in that situation too.
Yeah.
Right. You need an opponent who is going to move on you where you got to track him down. You need an opponent who is not going to go anywhere and who's going to be there from bell to bell. You need a guy who's heavy-handed, so you can find out if you can take it. And I said heavy-handed, mind you. I didn't say a knockout puncher, right? Yep. Because you don't want to see if your guy can't get knocked out by a knockout puncher, but you can take guys who have heavy hands, and that over a period of rounds, you're going to see how your fighter takes that. So you got to be able to deal with that. You got to deal with a guy who has, like you said, Monty, fast hands. You gotta deal with a guy who's gonna maul you and hold you a lot and elbow you and do dirty stuff to you, stuff like that, so you can come through, step on your foot and trip you and all of that stuff, hit you below the belt. Because when the lights are on and you're in that ring, you got to learn how you're going to respond to all of that kind of stuff. There are a number of ways by having different types of opponents for your prospect so he can learn the game. You see, and there's so many of these guys, you go out there, bust a guy on the chin and he's out in the first 30 seconds of a round, or you knock him out in 2 or 3 rounds, and that's what you build your career on. That's not good. That's not good. Facts. You know, that's actually giving a fighter false confidence. I'd rather my guy go out there like what we've seen. I'll tell you someone right now who's doing it the right way, Shakur Stevenson. He is fighting where he is graduating, you know, with each couple of fights, because he's fighting different type of opposition that's giving him varied looks, and he's learning and overcoming at the same time. He's definitely talented to do away with people, but he's learning how to do away with them in different ways.
Yeah.
Not just hitting somebody and they crumple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. Stormy, can I ask you a question, bro? Just let me type this if you want a link. If Shakur Stevens is ever to fight Josh Warrington, how do you see that fight going? Because he's another one who I think people don't give enough, like a bit like Luke Campbell. I don't think enough people give him credit, because I quite like Josh Warrington. I think he's a tough. I know he's a tough lad because the area where he's from, he's from Leeds, and the tough boys from around that way. I mean, I know that doesn't mean everything, but
no. Well, that's a good question, Lars, and I'll tell you like this: Shakur Stevenson is the kind of guy. He's an in-betweener, meaning that he is so good you can't put him in too easy, and you can't put him in too heavy because of how good he really is. So the Warrington situation would be something that I would say, with the way that they're moving him, give him at least 2 to 3 more fights and then put him in there with Warrington. But not right now, but like 2 to 3 more fights, because the way they're moving him, he's going to fight 2 to 3 different types of fighters before he gets there. And if you allow him that type of growth, then that would be a tremendous fight between the two of them. And since these younger guys should be fighting more than just once or twice a year, that's very manageable, like within the next 18 months or so. So that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see that. I would like to see, I remember when they let Shakur win that title belt, and I was like, I don't want him to win a title right now because that could stunt growth or whatever. But still, even, since he won it in that fight he's had, it's like, okay, let me see some more of this. I see what they're doing. They're moving him in a certain kind of way, but you definitely want a guy to have a certain amount of experience. So if he ever does get the title shot and happens to win it, he can begin to defend it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's instead of just win a title and then lose that title within the next couple of defenses or whatever, because a mandatory might be out there, a more experienced veteran fighter who should have got a title shot a while back. He might be able to come and take it away from the guy. So you want your fighter to be seasoned when he becomes a champion, and seasoned means has faced various signs of that adversity in the ring, not just to be out there looking good to the audience or whatever and selling or marketing knockouts.
Facts. Yeah, Trick, if you want a link, quick, bro, because I'm only going to be on half an hour. You have to scroll. Tyrone, can you drop the chat, the link again, bro? Please.
Can I counter that loss? Because
I
feel like,
and then I won't go to Watcher because Watcher hasn't said Jack yet. Okay. Yeah, go on, Money. Yeah,
I'm a fan of Josh Swanson. I like Josh Swanson. I feel like, he whooped my ass into being a fan of his because I went against him. Yeah. I think 3 times. I think, if I'm not mistaken, and he proved me wrong, especially in the Corey Frampton fight. You could have won my house. You could have won everything. Ain't no way in hell you was gonna tell me Josh Swanson was gonna beat Corey Frampton. You know what I mean? But for my man Stormy, I gotta respectfully disagree because I do think Shakur is ready for Josh Swanson. I wanted that fight bad. I wanted that fight because I feel like that was the fight for him. And not only that, I wanted him to go over to the UK and face Josh Swanson because I thought that would have did great for his career as well. But Josh Swanson is that fight. That's a tough guy. He is rough and rugged. That's gonna bring it to you, and he gonna push your ass. It's not gonna be easy with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Lee's like my guy from the UK. He always, he educated me on what's going down in the UK. So he sent me the things with Lee's and how tough Lee's is. Like he say that's a place that you don't want to go with your girl to watch. You want to be on point. Like he sent me little clips and things of how how dangerous it is there. He said that's one of the most dangerous places to go, especially after
it is in the UK, definitely.
Yeah. But when I look at that fight, I felt like that was the fight for Shakur. Shakur wanted the fight. He wanted the fight, but I think Josh and them turned that fight down, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But I liked it, that fight for Shakur. I think that was the fight to show his skill set because Josh Swanson is that fight that's gonna bring it to you. He ain't gonna sit back and wait. His style is his style. I mean, he gonna bring it to you, and I wanted that fight for Shakur. I still want it for Shakur, but I think Shakur, he at 130 now, and we seen Navarrete just won the WBO strap that he vacated. So unless Josh is coming up, I don't think we're gonna see that fight. I think Navarrete just said he wants the Josh Swanson fight, which I think is a fucking fan-friendly fight. That is a fight that's gonna be a bomb burner as well.
Yeah.
I favor Navarrete in that fight, but like I say, I'm not counting Josh Swanson out of no fight. After he 3 fights in a row, he proved me wrong. And I say, man, listen, I can't keep counting this dude out. He's a hell of a fighter, strong mental, and he believe in himself. Unlike my man with my guy Luke Campbell, so I feel like that was a fight that Shakur really wanted. I think he really wanted that fight. I think he knew that fight was gonna be something special. It was gonna show something, and I think it was gonna prove how good Shakur Stevenson is because that is a bad boy. Shakur is a bad boy, but at the same time, like I said, with people like Laws and Stormy B and Kurt Sugar and Blood Boxing, I gotta respect y'all opinion because of the area y'all come from. You know what I mean? Y'all criticism is a different type of criticism to me because of the cloth y'all come from. So whenever y'all say something, I do take it and listen to it, But with this one, I think Shakur would have handled that business. I think he would have handled it, and it would have been a great fight. I don't think he would have just went in there and just, outdid Josh Swanson, but I think he would have won convincingly enough to where it would have been like, God damn, Shakur Stevenson is, he is that guy. I feel like he's the most talented young fighter out of all the young fighters, and Tank is my guy, but I feel like Shakur is above everybody, bro. For a skill level, I feel like he is the one. Let's just say this. I think when everybody's career is over and done with these young bulls, Shakur will have more accolades than everybody. I think he'll have more accolades. Might not have the more superstardom, might not have the more money, but for his accolades, I think he will be a Hall of Fame. I think he will have more accolades than them all.
Yeah. What have you got to say, bro, about that fight? Because you haven't said nothing.
About Warrington.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. The little guys don't interest me too much. I don't know, man. Let's look at
Tricks on running machine.
tricking out in the building. That's good. You know what, man? I don't really know about that one because I feel like if Shakur hits Warrington, if he hits him good, he could stop him in his tracks and make him real gun shy. And if Warrington is gun shy, then he can't impose his style. His style is to go forward and throw a billion punches and put the pace on you, either for 12 rounds or for till you quit, till you don't want it anymore. But Shakur is technically better. He sticks on his punches very well. He goes to the body very well. I don't know. I haven't watched enough of Shakur to know.
Yeah.
But Shakur has size as well, which is important. But I don't have much to say on that one, to be honest, because I don't watch those two enough. I'll be honest. But yeah.
That's fair enough. Black Star, salute to you, brother. What have you got to say about if that fight's ever made? Then I'll go to Trick after.
Okay, hey, brother Los D. Hey, everybody on the chat there, man.
Yeah,
and the panel. As far as Josh Warrington, I need to yes, indeed, salute my brother Stormy. I just see it more heavily favoring Shakur right now because I feel like Shakur is so well-rounded, man. Doesn't really appear to have a lot of weaknesses in now. You know, it's like he's getting his strength and he's coming to his own. He's got a real good corner, a lot of stable around him that's really got him focused. And they seem to have him on the right path, man. He seems like a well-oiled machine that's ready to go out here and really cause some problems. And I think that if that fight happens, man, it's only going to be bad for Josh Warrington. You know,
Yeah.
I can't see him having much success.
Yeah. Trick Notley, over to you, brother.
What's shaking, y'all? What's shaking? Look at Double Jab. What's the Double Jab? What's going on, y'all?
Yeah, I'm good, brother. Are you?
To the panel, everybody. How y'all doing? Good evening to the chat.
Yeah.
What's going on,
What's good, Trick? What's good, man?
Hey, man, I do this all the time, man. I'll be doing my live, man. I'll be running on the treadmill talking boxing, man.
Good
So,
stuff.
Yeah, but we see y'all earlier, but I'm gonna get my prediction on the fight, man. Tonight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll with Teofimo, man. Actually, I texted him yesterday and he texted me back. I just wished him good luck. I'm what's up? Is that a double take on my sound? Anyways, I'm gonna roll with Teofimo. You know, I watched the last fight with Lomachenko and Southpaw. What's the guy's name? His last fight? I forgot his name.
Luke Campbell.
Luke Campbell. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way he was getting hit with that kind of like that wide left, that little looping left hook a little bit. I didn't like that. Teofimo got a good left hook. I feel that he can catch him high on the top of the temple with that left hook and get him out of there.
Right. Yeah.
So that works against southpaws. They keep saying the straight right hand, which it does, but that left hand onto the top of the temple works well. It's just as good. So that's my prediction. I got T.O. 10th round stoppage.
Right. Fair enough. Yeah.
I know Money Brown probably don't agree with that, but hey, got 10 round.
Oh, no, that's your prediction. I can't knock it.
I know it. Yeah, I'm just messing with you. Yeah, but
hey, I'm pulling for T.O. though, Trick. I'm riding with T.O.
Yeah, I'm pulling for him. Like I texted him yesterday, man. And he texted me back.
It's fucking hard.
Told me thank you for the good luck. So we'll see though. Tough fight still though. Loma look like he mean business, man. I like how he got up in his face.
Yeah, I've not seen that, but I've heard about it, Trick. The weigh-in.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about if the fight with Shakur Stevens and Josh Warrington's ever made the trip. What do you think of that, bro?
I like Shakur, man, in that fight.
Yeah.
He just on another level right now. You know. And I talked with his trainer. Was it Moses? Moses or whatever his name is.
His grandfather. Yeah.
Yeah, I talk with him sometimes, man. So
Willie Moses.
Willie Moses, yes, sir. Yeah. So good kid, man, good attitude. I got Shakur in that fight, man.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you see, me personally, on my prediction on that, I'm a bit like watching. Excuse me. I haven't seen enough Shakur Stevenson fights to even really. I'm going to be honest with you. I've probably only seen 2 of his fights to make a prediction on him, and I haven't really seen a handful of Josh Warrington fights. I've seen the Frampton fights. I saw both of them. I've seen they only fought once, didn't they? I saw the Frampton fight. I was thinking of Leo Santa Cruz for some reason then against Josh Warrington against. Who's he? Anyway, I've seen the Josh Warrington versus Frampton fight. I've seen the Kid Galahad fight, which I thought he did really well in that fight because I think Kid Galahad is a good fight. I think he's a crafty little shit. He sort of hits you, holds you, hits you, holds you, tussles you up. But I do know. I don't know. Josh Warrington's a tough lad, man.
He's tough.
He's a tough, and he's game as well. What we call over here game, where it means you're up for it.
Yeah.
But I want to hit back on what Monty said before about the fight because, as far as I was aware, Josh Warrington was calling Shakur Stevens out. Stevens said he wanted to come to the UK and fight him. Josh Warrington was saying that he was willing to go to the US to fight him, but for somehow this fight has never been made. So I don't know much about that. What do you know about it, or anyone?
Yeah,
do you think he was a duck or what?
Yeah, I was saying that they was pulling out. They was going in a different direction with Josh Warrington. You know, that was to my recollection, to my knowledge. I know Shakur wanted it, but they said because they was trying to do the unification fight, but they said they was going in another direction. I forgot who they had on the table. I'm trying to see if they had a name on the table that they was going to. I forgot. I had to look it up because I don't want to speak out of turn, but I know they had another direction. They said they was gonna go fight that person, and then they'd come back and visit Shakur Stevenson. You know.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good fight, which I'd love to see made. Right, I'm only going to be on for 15 more minutes because I'm going to get ready for What's the Fights. But if you want to chop it up, is there any fights you want to chop it up for the next 15 minutes? Starting with anyone?
Or we can talk about what y'all think about Tank and Leo, because that's the next big thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Tank's going to bust him up.
Yeah, I'd probably steamroll him.
But I think it'll be. I think Leo will definitely get. I don't know because Leo's one of them fighters, isn't he? He's got bags of energy. He's fast, throws a hell of a lot of punches, but I can't see him mixing it with Tank.
Yeah, that's his thing is to mix it up and throw tons of punches. But if you're getting in a pillow fight with guys at 118 and 112, I mean Tank is a midget too. He's just an inflated elf, but that he had compared to those other guys, working at the chocolate factory. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's not going to go down for Leo Santa Cruz real well. He'll probably get balled up and.
I think so, Tyrone. What do you think, Monty?
I'm
gonna go around the board with you after.
I like the fight, right? I think people don't give, Leo enough credit. Not saying nobody on the panel, but a lot of people they just look at Leo and they don't give him his credit that he deserves. He is the 4-division world champion. Regardless, people say there's too many belts in the game, this, that, but we know the fighting game is what it is now, and it's gonna stay that way, So now, I like to give fighters they credit, and they just do for what they do in the game. You know what I mean? But I look at the situation as it's gonna be a good scrap. I think Leo could have some success in the fight early on. I do give him that. But Tank, he working his ass off, man. He working to go out here and prove a point to where he want to make a statement with Leo Santa Cruz. But what Leo proved in the Core Craft fight, the second fight, that he can box and keep his length. If Leo and his pops, motivate him as well. But if he keep his distance and his length and box, and keep Tank on the out, because I think Leo got a good jab when he use it. And if if he box Tank, he gonna have some success in this fight. He can get past six or 7 rounds. But overall, I just think Tank gonna be too strong, gonna be too fast, and I think he just gonna come in there because Tank can box himself. He can box himself, but people don't give him credit. He got good body shots as well. But I do think Tank going in there and getting the job done. I do think about stoppage. I got him around 8th or 9th round stoppage. But I'm looking forward to see. Like I said, I'm all about the game plan. I'm looking forward to see what game plan Leo come in with. Is it your style, like you say, the Mexican style, where you come in, throw 1,000 punches, where you get Tank all the counter opportunities in the world, or do you box like you did in the Core Craft fight and make him think a little bit? Because when Leo come in there and box, it throw fighters off because they training for him to come in there throwing 1,000 punches. Like, okay, we know he's coming forward, but when he come in there and don't get them what they want, it frees them a little bit, and they got to try to make the adjustments. So if he be smart and go in there and box and make Tank make the adjustments, he can last and have success in the fight, because I do think Leo is a hell of a fighter. He's a crafty fighter. I don't think Tank just go steamroll him early on. But if he come out there with that Mexican style, trying to throw 1,000 punches, you get Tank them opportunities to counter you. Yeah, it can get ugly for Leo around 4 or 5 rounds. So it's gonna be interesting. I like the fight, pay-per-view, but I think it's gonna be one of those fights where I think we're gonna enjoy it. Even the people that think they just think it's gonna be just Tank going there and do what he do. I think it's gonna surprise a lot of people. I think it's gonna be one that we enjoy.
Yeah.
I kind of. Yeah, I'm probably one of. I'm definitely one of those guys who thinks he's just gonna get all the way. But it's the reason I think that, it's not because I don't think Santa Cruz is a great fighter down there. I mean,
he is a good fighter. You gotta give him credit.
Right.
Twice. Who else did he fight down there? And those are his big wins, aren't they?
Abner Moraes. He fought Abner Moraes.
Yeah, Moraes twice. Frampton twice.
Yeah.
There's some other guy I'm forgetting about. Some guy from Africa. But a Gegbo Gobego Summit. I don't know.
A Greco.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
But I mean, he is a good fighter at that weight class. I don't know if. I mean, maybe he took some big shots in training. I don't know if he brought in a truck or a sledgehammer or something to practice with, taking shots. But I just feel like he'll probably have never been hit this hard.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has a great chin or not. He's been down before, but I don't know if he has I haven't seen him take anything, so I'm just assuming he'll go down like, a sack of bricks.
Yeah. Watcher, over to you, bro. How do you see it going?
I mean, if you guys think this is a total whitewash, I think I'm going to respectfully disagree.
Yeah.
These guys are dogs. No one is getting pulverized early. No one. I was watching the Showtime documentary they put up, and I'm not just basing it off of that. Like, I've watched Leo for a fair bit, and I've watched Tank. These guys, as of right now, as well, for this fight, they've been working extremely hard, and they're battling a lot behind the scenes. More so, Leo with his father. His father's very ill.
Yeah. He's got cancer, honey, bless him.
Yeah, in the blood or something. But a lot was said about their trainers, the father being the trainer, and then Gervonta having his longtime trainer there who just worked him up from the ground since he was at a young age. It's really just, if Leo can use smart pressure, use his range because he's got the long reach, he can win. And maybe if he mixes in a bit of that 1,000 punch style, he can steal the fight even. Not even steal it, but Tank's got to be aware that your problems in the past have to go now, because you're working very hard for this camp, but it has to be consistent because the next fight, the fight after that, and continuing, you can't be missing the weight. You can't be undisciplined. You can't be skipping. You can't have all these problems with your girlfriend or your wife.
Yeah.
This thing with his father will either motivate him to really win and put on a great, beautiful performance, or it could be a bit of a demon in his head. It might affect him mentally bad. You never know. What I'm saying is I think this will be a hard fight for Tank. I think that Leah, I keep saying Teofimo. I'm fucking mixing the names up. Even though they're nothing alike and they're not even the same Hispanic background. But Tank has to be smart. He has to counter very hard so he makes Leo gun shy early. And it's just going to be a bit of a tear-up, I think. I think it's going to be a tear-up. It's not going to be one-sided. I favor Tank because he's the sharper counter puncher. I think he's smarter in there. I think his movement is better. I think his defense is much better as well. I think we haven't really seen him tested. But again, if Gamboa can let you, with one leg, can get you in combinations like that, or you're not paying attention, Leo will capitalize on that. So all the predictions of Gervonta just absolutely sleeping him, I don't believe it. And if I'm wrong, I'll put my hand up and say I'm wrong. But I'm not going to act like Leo is some pushover. Leo's fought better guys in his career than Gervonta has in his career. Gervonta hasn't really fought anyone, if I'm being completely honest. And I think Gervonta's my favorite young prospect, you know? But like I said, come ready. Don't miss weight. That's the same for Leo as well. And let's just get a good fight. I favor Tank a bit. But like I said, not a pushover at all.
Yeah.
I like that style of thinking. I like that.
Yeah. Stormy, you brother?
Yeah, go ahead.
Stormy?
That was an excellent assessment. I can't say much better than that. That's kind of like along the lines of how I feel. You know, Tank, if you guys haven't really noticed, has been enjoying a launch of his career that mimics the end of Mayweather's career, where they were picking specific type fighters where the athleticism factor was not very high. So they gathered success off of that, beating guys on sheer athleticism and their boxing ability. But this is what I have to offer as well with the Santa Cruz. If he has the ability to take Tank's punch, Tank is in trouble. And he's in trouble because Leo can fight. He might not be the kind of guy that you like him or like his style, but he can fight. That's the thing. And it's not going to be a boxing match if Tank is coming out to try to knock him out and he finds out that Leo can take his punch. Then you have a real fight. Now, will Tank be prepared to fight? That's another thing. Because remember, when you think you can just get somebody out of there with an eraser and it doesn't happen, you usually have to have a plan B. How much boxing, real boxing, has Tank put in? He hasn't put a lot in because he's been matched up against a lot of guys that he can overwhelm. And as it was just stated a moment ago, he fought a guy with one bad wheel and the guy took him deep in the fight. What if the guy had two good wheels? You know what I'm saying? And be able to punch back and fight and whatnot. So, I mean, there's even more questions on the table than what has been asked thus far. Lastly, when you look at it, who stands to really benefit from victory here? If Leo comes out on top, you know he can shut up a lot of people. And he's not the kind of guy that's going to openly say things and express. He may be playing sly, and that would be really a trick bag if he is playing sly, because if he's playing sly and he's just being, he's being like self-concerning, like, well, I know Tank might be trying to knock me out and I don't know this and that. He may be playing a game here. You don't know.
Yeah.
But Tank had better be ready. And if he's ready for this fight, that's good. But like it was also said, he needs to be ready not just for this fight, but going forward beyond, because those outside the ring problems and everything can come back and make your career get off track.
Excellent. Trick, you brother. Now pass it to Black Star.
I've been waiting on this one. Hey, I got a question for Stormy. Hey, Stormy, do you remember Stevie Johnson versus Cesar Bazan? Remember that fight?
Yes, sir.
Do you see that fight with Tank and Leo Santa Cruz looking like that?
It's possible. Very possible. That's one of the reasons why I always talk about look at fights from the past. Sometimes they can give you an insight as to what you're seeing presently.
Yeah, because and Leo Santa Cruz is built a lot like he's built a lot like Cesar Bazan, tall, lanky, and Stevie Johnson and Tank about the same height, what, 5'3", 5'4"?
Right.
But the difference in that fight was Cesar Bazan was able to box Stevie Johnson and fight him on the inside. And they fought 2 fights, and Bazan won both of those fights. I tell any of y'all, go watch those fights. But my prediction, I'm gonna go with the upset, man. I think that Santa Cruz, that height and that length, is gonna be a problem for Tank. So that's my opinion. I mean, I've been wrong before, but I like Santa Cruz in that fight. I think he's gonna frustrate him, keep him at the end of them punches. Yeah, I think Tank gonna get inside, probably work the body a little bit. But I like that height and that reach by Santa Cruz. Unanimous decision.
Yeah.
But y'all go watch the 2 fights. Watch those fights with Cesar Bazan versus Stevie Johnson. It's like the blueprint.
I'll watch that, Trick. Black Star, you before I close up, brother. How do you see it going?
Yes, indeed, man. Wow. Some great points everybody's made on the panel, man. It's I tell you, man, Trick got me thinking a little bit more about that thing, man, now. But man, that is excellent points, man. Him and Stormy too, man. And like Money and the Watcher was saying about Leo being able to keep him off with the jab and the range and the height advantage and everything. That's very instrumental for him in being successful in this fight. And we know that Gervonta is going to have to come in and be aggressive and step into him. And what's going to happen when he gets in there? Is it going to be a 1 punch and then he gets tied up, or how that's going to play off? The one thing I like about Gervonta going into this, man, is he seems to be way more focused than he has been in the past. Today they said that he's already at 135 right now, so he only has 5 pounds to drop in 2 weeks to be on weight, which a lot of people didn't think he'd be able to do. So it's looking good as far as that goes. And but like Stormy was saying also, he can't go in there just thinking to go in there and knock the guy over and get out of there. You got to be planning to go in there and go to war and get that victory by any means necessary. He's got to be in that frame of mind, and it's looking positive now because we haven't heard anything else from him since he entered into the lab for this fight. It seemed like he's really, really gotten his mind focused and ready. And I really expect an excellent fight. I don't think he's going to, go in there and smack him and knock him out or anything like that, but I think it might go 7-8 rounds, and he might start to get to him at that point and maybe wear him down. It didn't land that magical punch, but I don't think it'll be a 1 punch. It's going to have to be a combination that he lands, and to see how because I imagine Leo Santa Cruz is definitely he knows to respect the power, and he knows things he's going to have to do to avoid that. So if he can do those things consistently, and then I mean, what if his jab is strong enough to keep him at the end of it? I mean, that changes the whole dynamic, completely. Like watching Money Brown was saying too, man. And but my boy Trick, man, he keep picking the upset, man. I tell you, I was surprised by that, man. But that's a compelling argument, though. Very compelling argument, and it makes me more excited to see that fight, man. And it's only going to be 2 hours away from us up here, Trick, man. We might need to make that trek, man. Go check that thing out.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm gonna get with you there. I'm gonna get with you about that too.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Laws, man. When you gonna talk about Dubois and Daniel? Dubois. What's
coming,
his name?
Trick.
Right.
Joe Joyce. Yeah,
Joe
it's
Joyce,
coming.
Yeah.
It's coming, Trick. Don't worry, mate. It's coming.
I can't wait. I can't wait for that one. I can't wait for that one.
Do you know what, brother? I might just do a whole live stream for about an hour or so just on them too, because that's one fight I can't wait for.
Hey, I bet you Snicker Bar run through your whole live stream.
Yeah, I bet. I haven't seen you stop yet.
I've been going almost 40 minutes.
Damn,
man.
I'm looking if I can run 10 minutes, me.
You can't watch the screen, man. They got cheeseburgers on the screen, man. Don't look up there.
Oh man, I be hating that, man. You up here running there, you showing them cheeseburgers on that screen, like, oh man.
Yeah.
I'll be getting it in.
Just quickly before shutdown, I'm going to give you my prediction now. I think I see this fight going. So I'm going to get ready for Watch the OG in a minute because he's coming on. I totally agree with what all of you have said on the panel. Leo Santa Cruz is definitely no joke. He's not to be slept on. No way. I think, like everyone said, he's a good fighter, a great fighter, in fact. Me personally, what I see with this fight is I've just got visions of Tank with them body shots. And I can't see Leo Santa Cruz holding up to them body shots. Like how he dropped Pedraza. He sort of like chopped him down. I don't think Tank's going to blow him away. I think about rounds 5, 6. I think Tank will get him out of there. That's how I see it. I think he'll get in, he'll chop him down, probably with body shots. I just don't see Leo Santa Cruz taking Tank's power. But like you say, it could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll be the first one come on here and hold my hands up and say I was wrong. Right, brothers, I'm going to get up out of here.
Hey, Lowe's, I want to ask you one question while I got you before we get out of here.
Yes, sir.
AJ versus Pulev is what's that? December 12th. They're supposed to have
December. Yeah,
they're supposed to have it at O2 Arena. I'm just wondering why have it at the O2 Arena if there's not going to be fans there? Because everything's shutting down again, right?
They'll have a setup. They'll have a setup of some sort.
That is a great question.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, probably just a market. You've been away from the UK so long. Like doing it at the O2 will at least like tell the fans over there, hey, like I'm back here at least. Like I'm here fighting on home soil. But yeah, I was gonna say, as we head off, all I gotta say about the Loma fight and the Tio fight, you will see a technician in that ring.
Yes, sir.
That's fair enough. That's a good question. I can't understand that because the country's virtually on lockdown again. Prime Minister's just I know for a fact that London is we've got what we call tiers over here: tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and London is tier 3. So I can't understand that for the life of me. Why would you hold this at the O2, what holds 20,000 plus fans, with no crowd? I don't understand it. Why not just do it on Eddie's back garden again or something like that? But unless they know something I don't know, where the Prime Minister might just I don't know. I don't know. I really haven't got the answer for that, Black Star. It's puzzled me myself. brother, when I heard that the fight was announced. But I'm up out of here, so I'd like to say thank you to the chat.
Yes, sir.
Everyone coming through, watcher, an absolute pleasure, brother. Always, you know
Pleasure
that.
is mine.
Thank
Salute.
you, Tyrone. Pleasure, you know that, brother. Always. Monty Brown, great to have you on,
Yep.
brother. Really enjoyed speaking to you and listening to your insight in the game, mate. You made some great comments about fighters tonight. Really enjoyed listening to you, and you're more than welcome anytime you ever want to jump on again, bro.
All the time, Lawson. I appreciate you. Appreciate the dudes on the chat, man. All the family, man. Y'all stay consistent, stay showing love, man. Y'all enjoy the fight tonight. But I will most definitely mess around again, Lawson. I'll be jumping in and I'll be watching you, bro.
Appreciate that. Stormy, always a pleasure. You know that. Me and Stormy go back a long while now. It's got to be a couple of years now, and it's Stormy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And thanks for sending me a link. And anytime you want me on, I'm there, bro.
Thank you. Appreciate that. You know you're always welcome. First time here, brother. But I talk to you behind the scenes. I'm going to give you a ring tomorrow, Trick.
All right, yeah, you can do that. Hey, man, peace to everybody, man. I'm glad you had me on. Hey, this is what I do, man. When I get on somebody's live stream or whatever, or if I do mine on Instagram, I do it on the treadmill.
Yeah, you're welcome, bro. Black Star,
Try to at least.
Black Star, an absolute pleasure, brother.
Yes, sir. Thanks so much, man, for having me, man. I always enjoy the panel, man. You always got a great panel, great guys, man. Stormy, Watcher, Tyrone, Money Brown, man. Yeah, I got to link up with my brother a little bit more, man. I be trying to catch you though, Money, but our schedule's been a little offset here lately. Yes, indeed, bro. And Trick, man, of course, man. We keep in touch, bro. But yeah, man, thanks so much for it, man. And hey, everybody tune into this every week, man. Get that word out about Lowe's D Punch Out TV, man. Get everybody subscribe and come here, man, because he got one of the best panels going on the weekends, man, for sure.
Thank you. Appreciate that. And everyone subscribe to Black Star and Money, Stormy, Trick Nolte, everyone. I'm going to head over to the OG within the next 20 minutes. So peace to the chat and peace to everyone for coming through. Appreciate you. I'm out of here. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
All right, y'all.
Peace.